Running deliveryman. The helmet, camera, and the shoes. 5:13 in the morning. This here is my friend Honggang. 来，兄弟，打个招呼。
Hi, morning.
He was the top deliveryman in this area last month. And today, I'm going to try out working as a deliveryman with Hong. But before we get started, we need to clock in, take our temperature, sanitize, and get dressed. The YMI delivery job is a new profession in China. And although challenging, it's also very well paid. So, this job is very reliant on technology and the internet. Before starting the job, deliverymen have to use an app on their phone to complete registration, real name authentication, a physical exam, and proof of no criminal record. And after all that, they also use the app to do online training and assessment before starting the job. In China, there are over 7 million deliverymen just like Honggang, with 35,000 in Beijing alone. So the competition is fierce, with high employee turnover amongst deliverymen. 前方右转. The shortest and fastest delivery route is offered by the platform, visible to all parties involved, and then the delivery is guided by the Beidou satellite system. Most Beijingers never miss a breakfast, with a typical morning routine including stuff like tea eggs, sponge cakes, pork buns, small chicken strips, sausages, breakfast sandwiches, ma tuar, fried breadsticks, soy milk, and the Chinese breakfast classic, zhou. Of course, there are also Western dishes with a Chinese twist to them, like the Beijing chicken wrap or the Chinese hamburger. There are three major players in China's food delivery industry: Meituan, Baidu, and Ele.me. Hong works for Meituan. The users place orders via the Meituan app and make payment through online platforms like WeChat or Alipay. They can then check on the order and delivery route at any time. 这个单还有多长时间，用户看得一清二楚。走。Look, blue, red, and yellow. 3 different companies fighting over the same area. Smart choice. Sometimes if you wait too long for the elevator, you might delay your next delivery. There's 2 different methods for wage pay for deliverymen. There's one with base pay and there's one with no base pay but higher commissions. Hong chooses the one that has no base pay but higher commissions, meaning that his income is solely dependent on how much he can deliver. See that? That's one of the dangers of the job.
那个我是外卖送餐员，路上出现了一点事故，我让其他人把单子给你，把餐给你送过去，或许会耽误一点时间。
To avoid being late, deliverymen often weave between car lanes and bike lanes, which often leads to accidents. Having to rush for time every day creates a high-risk work environment. Running deliveryman. So this here is a wine shop. And when they're not busy making deliveries, a lot of the deliverymen will typically come here to get a bite to eat. And the owner is really nice as well, often giving free sodas, free waters, and stuff like that. And of course for the owner, it is a type of business tactic, but a nice gesture nonetheless. So my friend here is the deliveryman who ran into a car earlier this morning. And although according to traffic law, both parties are technically accountable for the cause of the accident, my friend here still has to pay 200 yuan in repairs to the driver of the car. 怎么样？还好吧？没事。还是要注意安全。走，干活。好的。Got another order. This here is the Xiaoguan vegetable market near Sanyuanqiao, servicing 15 communities in the area. Here you can get fruits, vegetables, seafood, meat, and just about anything you would really need in daily life. The market though closes at 2 p.m. We only have half an hour left. So the vendors are selling at a much lower price. It's basically free. 那个车在这边，这边。在附近，好。我又下了一圈，还是原先那个花店。在原路返回。对，车在那停着。2 orders from the same customer. That's almost like winning the lottery for deliverymen. Just goes to show, those who work hard tend to have good luck. So this here is a new way of doing business in China called live commerce. Hello.
Hi.
So the shop owner here uses a live stream to sell flowers and fish. And when a viewer sees something they like, they can buy it immediately and pay online. The shop owner will also use what they call super coupons, and that attracts more viewers. So what is the super coupon for today? It's for this bowl of fish. 等一下啊. So how much for this bowl of fish if you use a super coupon? Just 1 yuan or 10-20 cents, so practically free. So they say every coin has 2 sides to it, right? In the past, things like flowers and like goldfish, stuff like this, we would probably go out and buy ourselves, and we might even consider it a relaxing or even fun thing to do. But now you got all these delivery men, they can get it all for you. People like Honggang, you put an order on your phone and he brings it right to your door. And in this new internet age, you have all this technology and it's made our lives much more convenient, saved us a lot of time. But at the same time, it's also created a lot of lazy people. So in service industry, the customer is king, right? But in this industry, lazy people have become the king. Pretty weird. Running delivery man. See, we've been waiting here for a while. We were scheduled to meet 10 minutes ago, but the guy's still not here. There's not really anyone here to take it for him either. 黄哥，我知道了，可以交给那个门口保安。来吧，快点。给老人出售，干嘛不让你直接送家里？
这是人家做儿女的心意，我去送，我是这样。
本来时间赶差，没想到路上堵车，谢了兄弟。
记得给个好评啊！ It's an important tradition in China to celebrate the birthday of older family members. When you get to the age of 50, they call that 过寿. Shou is for family members who are over the age of 50, and 高寿 is for people who are over 60 or 70. For example, Kongzi lived to 73 and Mengzi to 84. It was also called in those days 古来稀 because in those times it was very rare to live to such an old age. So it's 4:02 now, and this is our 34th order of the day. 啊，那边啊。原路返回和平里，走。The platform this time has given Hong a pretty difficult order. There's a customer in Hepingli that seems to be giving deliverymen a hard time on purpose. In Beijing, they would say this person is 诚心闹别扭. Customer that for the past 2 days has been making non-stop orders, and whether or not the food gets there on time or not, she always gives a negative rating. So no one at this point really even dares to make deliveries for her. 各位听众，是跟delivery 真危险。
怎么不按门铃啊？按呢？
你好，阿姨，这是你的订单，之前多有打扰，还请原谅。以后这个小区由我负责。 我的工号是1846。
我管你4647呢。他是谁？
啊，阿姨你好，我那个是留学生，上社会实践课。
行了，走吧。
阿姨再见。
这是外国人，有你嘛事儿？哎呀，
长见识啊！您才是真正的北京大妈。 Running delivery man. Although Hong's job is mostly about delivering, every industry has certain professional ethics that they abide to. When the users place their order online, they don't know whether or not the restaurant is clean. When the delivery man goes there, he sees the conditions and whether or not they're up to standard. If they're not, he can choose to turn a blind eye and save himself the trouble, or he could also notify the customer and have them switch their order. Hong chooses to do the latter.
不是我固执，我再给你说一遍，这家店连卫生许可证都拿不出来，卫生条件非常差。
Sometimes though, the customer isn't that understanding. They don't appreciate Hong trying to warn them. In Chinese, they call that 好心当作驴肝肺。
好，那你投诉吧，好走。
怎么了？怕他投诉啊？没事，我去公司给你作证。What deliverymen fear most is getting complaints. It can be a constant source of stress for many.
来份酸辣粉，打包带走。
It's not just about the ethics of the job. It's also about just being a good person in general. Hong is one of those good people.
哎呀，还得辛苦你们一趟。都怪我们家那熊孩子，他趁我洗澡的时候用我的手机下的单，这下闹的。我刚才打电话已经跟你们公司解释过了，真对不起啊。
没事，那我们走了。
好好好，还赶快出来跟人家道个歉。
我不太懂，你怎么知道对方是个熊孩子呢？啊？Running delivery man. It's 6:07 now, and Hong at this point has already delivered 42 orders over the past 13 hours, but now it's coming up the final sprint of the day when everyone's getting off work and placing in their orders on their way home. See all these delivery men? You got red guys, blue guys, yellow guys, all working for 3 different rival companies. So the companies are competing against one another, and you also have the deliverymen themselves competing against other deliverymen to make the most deliveries.
你等一下，我再说。哎，你不要说话这么难听，好吗？
这边走走，我带你去，这边。
There's competition and there's cooperation. Even though they work for 2 different companies, there's still that mutual care and support amongst one another. There's always someone there when you need support. The food delivery business is an emerging market, and it's been evolving and changing rapidly since the day it started. There's an endless amount of business opportunities within it as it continues to expand at an accelerating speed. So there's really no telling exactly what the future of this industry will be. The 51st order of the day, and the last one of the day. The time is now 8:01 at night. 兄弟，我那个陪你回站点，把车交了，咱们吃完饭我就送你回宿舍。
那我请你吃火锅吧。
我请，借你的好运，我抢了个大礼包，红云楼2人餐，1元。Hong aims to make $200,000 per year with this job, which is about the average for a white-class worker in Beijing. However, this means that he has to work 14 hours a day, every day, and he has no days off, regardless of how bad the weather may be.
你收工了吗？
孩子在哪里呢？
This is the best part of the day here for Hong. It's also the motivation that keeps him going when things get tough at work.
妞妞，叫爸爸。